Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we are going to start our new course. It's Construction Engineering and Management. So we will start with the first chapter of this course. First chapter is about basic concepts. So this course is, will explain about the bachelor degree in engineering, particularly for civil engineers. So this course, as you know, that in our curriculum, it's in 7th semester. So with the introduction, I would like to, because construction engineering and management, we'll start with the simple things. Everybody, you are familiar with many of these things, like the word we use, science. Okay, science, knowledge based on experiment and observations. So then second word I would like that you should understand is about technology. The purpose is not to define technology, but it's like we are used to use the technology, like you are using mobile phone, it means you are using technology. We are using a concrete pump in construction, it means we are using technology. So technology, like we have engineering universities and we have technical colleges. So in the technical colleges, people do associate a diploma or associate engineering course. Or in the vocational institutes, people learn about different trades. This is a course for plumbing or for electrician or for mason. So it means they are going to get familiar with the technology. Usually, then we come to the word engineering. So I want to make difference between technology and engineering. Engineering is like emphasis in engineering is on design. This is the basic thing that in engineering we produce design of structures, design of buildings, design of bridges, similarly design of mobile phone. Okay. So emphasis is on design. But in technology, the emphasis is on use of that technology. It means the technicians, they just have to learn how to use that technology. So technically, when we call an electrician at home, so it means electrician knows how to connect those electrical wires and this thing and install the light or anything. So it's he is familiar with the technology. But in engineering, the emphasis is always on the design side. So all development changes occurred because of engineering, because of design. So you can imagine how was life was difficult at the time of Rasulullah. There was no flowing water, or there was no metro road, or there was no bridges. So there was no like telephone, okay, or there was no electricity at that time. So no high-rise buildings. There are no concrete or cement. So it's all these things. With the engineering design, and so the development happened. Now these days we have roads, bridges, telephone network, electricity. So his life is very comfortable, So it means if there is no electricity, no concept of air conditioning or telephone or internet. So it's emphasis as what you need to learn is because you are doing a civil engineering, so you need to learn about emphasis, keep your emphasis on design. Now, in this next word we are going to discuss is just project. A project, everybody, I know that you are familiar with this one. So project is something unique, okay, new objective, and it has start time and finish time and should be unique. It should consume resources. So when we say unique, so, in the sense of like sometime projects, they have owner is different, designer is different. So some other company or there is a contractor. So this time for this project, the contractor is this one, and next time there will be another contractor. So sometimes materials are different, sometimes shape is different, design is different. So each project have is unique. It's something new. It's not a repetition work. Then we discuss after project is project management. So it means we have to manage projects. Okay, so we have to consume resources in an efficient way. So say for example, you are a project manager. If one project manager, uh, use the resources like money or material and manpower, machinery, all the resources efficiently. Another project manager is not using resources efficiently. So he is, there's a lot of wastage and money and a lot of wastage in materials, or maybe manpower is idle or standing. So there is a construction equipment, they are not properly working or just standby, so they are not using resources properly. So it means they are not doing a good project management. Now, when we say, then we last word we are going to learn is about construction management or construction engineering and management. Okay. So when we say a project can be any kind of project. Okay. Maybe it is related to construction project, or it is related to mechanical project or electrical project, or it's a defense related project, okay, or maybe NASA, okay, so related project. So project can be any type of project, okay. So you are like you are having a new route of bus from Beas to RR or Abha, So this could be a project, okay. Setting up a new KFC outlet can be a project. Okay, but but in this course, our emphasis will be to learn about construction management. So it means we are not concerning about every kind of project, but we will focus our study on projects that are related to construction, that are related to civil engineering. Okay. So in construction engineering and management, we will learn about project management, but related to civil engineering projects. Okay, so it means all the examples that we will be using in this course, they will be related to construction of a high-rise building, okay, construction of a bridge, or as a water supply project, or sewerage related project. So it's or environmental related project. So this will be like a geotechnical related project, foundation and foundation of structure. So project will be all the projects will be related to civil engineering. No, when we talk about our focus will be limited to construction management. Now it means in construction management we will be focusing on that how because this course is not for design. So in the beginning I told you in engineering we keep emphasis on design, but because this course is in the last 7th semester, so its focus is not on design. Okay, so it means we will see later that you will understand that construction is not like other things, so it's like something special that we have to treat. It's like a service. So we will learn about construction, but for the time being is you can understand construction engineering and management. It means when I say management, so it means this course is theoretical. When I say construction engineering, so this course is also, have around 40 to 50% is mathematical. So because this is for civil engineers, so I try to keep this course that it should be 50% around mathematical and 50% should be related to the management and theoretical course. So let's move with these words just in mind. So here we are in this slide, we are going to uh, see this construction versus manufacturing process. So how we are going to differentiate construction with manufacturing? Okay. So now manufacturing is, like manufacturing is, you can take any example, maybe your mobile phone. Okay. So first in the manufacturing, what we do is we do the produce the design. Okay. Design, and then we do the fabrication, and then we make a product. Okay, so then that product come in the inventory, and then it's that after manufacturing, so it will come to the sale point. Okay, sale point like this Jarir or any shopping mall, extra store or whatever. Okay. So in the manufacturing, so that mobile phone you have designed first, then you have manufactured, and then you are going to send it to the selling point, and where people can come and see, and they can purchase. Okay, they can purchase. So it means the owner of that manufacturing products will come at the end. The owner of the who will buy, who will buy that mobile phone. So that will be at the end. The people come to that extra store or Jarir or any shopping mall, and they will buy that product. This is similar for any kind of manufacturing. Maybe at cement or maybe any material or any just like your water bottles. So they manufacture and then people are going to buy. But in construction is a construction process is different. In construction is a really design. Owner is already there. Owner because in manufacturing owner or who become owner of that mobile phone. Owner comes at the end. But in construction, owner is already there. Owner is at the beginning. So owner want to build a new project. Like say, for example, in our, we want to build a new college of engineering. Okay, so it means Al Imam University owner is already there. Then so they will produce a preliminary design and final design. So after that, when design is complete, so they will hire a contractor. So it means first the designer will come and they will produce the design. And then they will select a contractor, and contractor will build that project for the construction period, maybe 2 years, 3 years. Okay. Sometime, like metro project is now, it was before 5 years, now it is going to have 8 years. So it's civil engineering projects, then the construction period. So when construction will complete, the project will be transferred to the owner. So now, because but the price of the project, usually you are going to decide at the beginning, in the construction project at the bidding process time. So it means in the construction we have to monitor day by day that we are using good material according to the contract and specifications, and we are maintaining the good quality of that product because contract is already signed. So contract is like they sign the contract based on those contract documents. So there is a book of specification. We will study these in detail later. Okay. For the time being, is what is main point is that you should make difference between manufacturing process and construction. Okay. So in the construction, usually owner is already there. Like you want to build a house for yourself. Okay. So then you are looking for a designer who can design that house and who can build that house. So it means you are looking for a designer and you are looking for a contractor who will build that house. There will be like a consultant who will monitor day by day the process of construction. So it's the main thing is that you should understand what's the difference between manufacturing and construction process. Okay. So with this let's move to the next slide. So project format. Now here is they have written some manufacturing sector make large number of similar units or batches of units that are exactly the same. Mass production and batch production are not typical of the construction industry. The focus of construction management is the planning and control of resources within the framework of a project. So when we do construction, so our focus is always that we will do the planning and control of our resources. When it say resources, you need to remember with the 4M. You know? Like first M is for money. Word starting with M. You know? First word is money, and second is material. Okay, material. Third word for resources, manpower, okay, labor force, workforce. So we just to remember, we use the word manpower, and then machinery. Okay, fourth M is machinery, like construction equipment. Okay, construction equipment, plant or cranes, so bulldozer, whatever construction equipment. Now, what he says that in manufacturing there is a large number of production units. Okay, in the next slide they are going to show that there is a mass production. Okay, or batch production. Okay, so in this graph you can see here that there is a project and it's low, and medium volume and high. Okay, similarly on this also batch size low, medium, high. So when you do mass production, like it means a similar kind of products we are producing in mass scale, large scale. So like this Almarai milk, okay, or maybe these Nestle water bottles. Okay, so they produce in a large scale. So this is like manufacturing, And similarly, batch is like sometimes they have a small bottle, 1 liter, or maybe 5 liter bottle. There is a 1 liter bottle, or there is a 300 ml bottle. So this is like they are producing a different batch. Okay. Similarly, like in your mobile phone, so there is a. If you take example of Samsung, so it's mean that they are producing maybe it's what you call it, a J series, or there is like I don't know exactly, the maybe it's so different kind of batches, they have J1, J2, J3, J7, and similarly S9, S10. Okay, so they're different kind of batches. Okay. But our focus will be in construction on project. So our focus will be dealing with the project, dealing with the construction project. So it means it's usually one project may take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Okay, so it's a slow process. Okay? It's not we are not dealing with the manufacturing. So our focus will be in this course. This course is for construction engineering and management for civil engineering students, and our focus will be on construction projects. Okay? So this is construction projects. So it means how when design is complete, and course name is construction engineering and management. So it means when almost design is complete, so we are going to maintain the quality and we have to focus on the construction process. Okay, so this will be so in the next slide you will see these things will. So here they are going to talk about in this slide that project development. Okay, how we are going to develop a project. Okay, first thing is that there must be a need for the project. Okay, there must be a need or requirement for the project. Then you are going to start a project. Okay, so say for example, it's College of Engineering, Al Imam University need a new College of Engineering. So there is a need for new College of Engineering. Okay, then they are going to start a project. Or there is you want to get married and you want to have a new house for you. So there is a need for the project. Because we start the project that there is a need. Maybe there is a need for a bridge, there is a need for the new road construction, there is a need for any high-rise building or any project. Okay? So the owner think that he need to build the project. Okay? So owner show the intent that there is a need for the project. Okay? So once there is a need, then we prepare the feasibility study of the project. Generally, we say economic feasibility. Economic that project is economically viable. Okay? So it means how much resources it will use at the end, how much return we are going to get from it. So if the benefits will be more, then the benefit will be more. So it means it's economically viable. Okay? If it's going to give more return than what we are going to spend on it, so then project economically is viable. Okay? There are other feasibility studies also. We will do the financial feasibility, like how we will manage the funding for the project. There is a cultural feasibility, there is the environmental feasibility. So that with the presence of the project, environment should improve. So with if there is no project, but now we build a new project, so we develop a new shopping mall. If we cut one tree, we will plant 5 trees. Okay, so it means that with the presence of the project should improve the environment. So this is environmental feasibility. So then third point is once we decided that a project is economically viable, like we have the economic feasibility, so then we are going to prepare the conceptual design. Okay? So based on that, in conceptual design, we are going to decide the model of the project, okay? How the project look like. Okay? So it's architectural design should be, we should finalize the architectural design. We should decide the main things. Okay, that project will be a concrete structure, or it's a steel structure, or it's how it look like. Okay, outside. Okay. So we are not going to see elements, but focus is how it will look like. Okay. Like if, say for example, if there is a road intersection, so it means you can manage that intersection by having a signaling. Or just like we have exit 8, so it means we are going to build these flyovers. Okay, we are going to build these bridges so that everybody can pass that intersection without any interruption. So it's like we decide the model of the project. So based on that, conceptual design designer or the design firm is going to prepare the estimate of the project, like how much this estimate how much this project will cost to the owner. Okay, so that owner should can judge that they have the budget or they have the funding available to build that project. Okay, so it's approximate estimate cost of the project, so that the owner should know that how much this project will cost. Once we have finalized the conceptual design, so then we are going to make a final design. Okay? In the final design, so in the final design we go in detail, okay, with the detailed designing of the elements. Okay, how the foundation should be. Okay, what is the size of the foundation? How much is reinforcement? What are the sizes of the column? What are the sizes of the beams? How the whether the column are circular or rectangular or square. Okay, similarly, all the beams, all the slabs. So now we are going to make a design, produce detailed design for all the elements of the project. Okay, for all elements of the project. So we produce a design for the foundation, for the column, for the beams, for slabs, for all the whole structure, whatever our project. Once the design is complete, then it's that number 6. This project is advertised. Okay. So we are going to advertise the project in the say for example in the newspaper, or so that the construction companies they should know that, like say for example, if as municipality they want to build a new flyover, new bridge, so they will advertise the project so that the construction companies who are interested to participate in the bidding process, they should know. Okay? So in the advertisement, we put that okay, that interested contractors, they can get the bidding, collect the bidding documents from the office and can see and then prepare their bid and submit the bid. Okay. So now, once after we advertise this project, then a number of contractors, okay, maybe 5, 6 companies, 8 companies, will submit their bid, show their interest to for construction of this project. Okay. So it means there is a competition. Okay, there is a competition among the contractors, and we selected based, say for example, we selected based on the lowest price. Okay, yeah, based on the lowest price, we selected a contractor. So now it means in the beginning there was a designer was already there who prepared that conceptual design and detailed design, and then there was a, now we selected a contractor. So owner is already there, okay, who had the need of this project. Okay, now three parties: owner, designer, or you can say consultant, and then the contractor. Okay, well, now we selected a contractor. Now the selected contractor will build the project. Okay, this will be the construction. Okay, construction period will start. Okay. From this construction period will start, and this contractor will be building this project day by day, and the consultant will be monitoring that construction until completion of the project. Okay. So now the ninth point is they are saying that in the project development, number 9 is testing of the facility operation. Okay, so we are going to test that projects. So sometimes projects are different. Okay, if there is a like you have construct and build a project of a power generation plant. Okay, electricity power generation plant. So it means in that you will do the commissioning and testing. Okay, so you can check those all those turbines, they are working, producing electricity. You will provide training also to the who will operate this project. So there will be a testing of that built facility, like the metro project in Riyadh is complete. So they are these running trains and testing, that speed limits and all these things. So they started testing. Similarly, we can test also bridges also, by having loading, so that this much side by side trucks, with full loading, and they travel over the bridge, and we do the testing. Now, number 10 is maintain the facility for the service life. Okay. Now, when we design these projects, we design them for the service life. Is some projects we design for 50 years, 80 years. Usually, generally civil engineering projects are designed for 100 years. Okay. So, maintain the facility for the service life. Like you have built a project for the new College of Engineering. Okay. So now they have handed over the facility to Al Imam University. It means Al Imam University will maintain that project for next 100 years, whatever the service life of that project. So it means they have to take care for any leakage or any water supply or sewerage or during the rain or something. So if there is anything damage, so they should repair it. Okay. So we need to maintain that facility in good order until we are going to use that project. Okay. So now similarly, last point is disposal of the facility. Okay. So just like human being have life, life means they have life. Maybe they can live for 50 years, 80 years, 100 years, but then they have to die. So similarly, all the projects they have their service life. Okay. When the life is of those projects is complete, they should be dismantled or they should be disposed of. So similarly, you can see that if you go inside the city, like Shumesi area, so people are dismantling their old homes and building new ones. Okay. Or in sometime, people dismantle the old shop and build the new shopping mall. Okay. So this is like they are going to dispose of disposal of the facility. Okay, so it means when usually these municipalities, they have the authority to give a certificate that this facility or this project is this shopping mall is good to be used by the public. If they see that any shopping mall is very old or there is a cracks or anything happen, so then municipality can close that shopping mall. It, that that facility should be dismantled. Okay, no more useful for to be used as because that facility has completed the service life. Okay. So disposal of the facilities. Okay. So remember that projects when they complete their life, they should be disposed of. Okay. And I have one experience with one project. That we were building a um, elevated road, and there was a precast yard. So when the project finished, so we have even removed those foundations from the precast yard. So it was like a field, that facility. After we have disposed of that precast yard, so it's like we remove the factory and we remove the foundations also, and dismantle all, structures. So it's for every project we, because sometimes people are reluctant, to for disposal. Disposal is very important, to maintain that environment. Old projects should be when they complete their life, so they should be disposed of, dismantled. Okay, so these days you might have seen, there is a blasting and dismantling, and even high-rise building. They dismantle it in a controlled way. Okay, so it doesn't to disturb too much. Okay, let's move to the next slide. It's project participants. Okay, so I shall be using these kind of words in this course, like owner of the project, or something we say client, or employer. Okay, employer who employs. Okay, other designer or contractor. So these words we should be owner of the project, or client. We use client. So or is the employer. Then is a designer, a company who is going to design a project, company or individual, or so who is going to design a project. Then design consultant. Okay, consultant or supervision consultant. Okay, so design. No, sometimes what happened is that a designer designed a project. Okay, now same company who designed that project, they will be doing the on-site, going to supervise also the project. Okay, when contractor gets the project, so they are on day by day, they are going to supervise. Okay. So we call it supervision consultant. Supervision consultant. So sometimes designer also people call them consultant. Okay, so it means actually they are designers, so we call them consultants. So in Saudi Arabia they use this term, consultant, but in US they use architect, engineer. Okay. So it's a design company who is involved in designing, and then the same design company can be called as consultant. Okay. And then supervision consultant means the company who is going to supervise that project. Okay, that project. So now this happens sometime, that okay, let's see the first third one. Contractor. Okay, contractor. So owner select a contractor. Okay, so contractor, or we use other word constructor, or builder who is going to build the project, or who is going to construct the project. Or under the contractor, there could be like many subcontractors working with the contractor. Okay, so now see, when owner select a contractor, so contractor sign contract with the owner. Okay, contractor sign a contract with the owner. Similarly, designer is going to sign a contract with the owner. So now sometimes the same design company become the supervision consultant. Okay. So it means the same design company is going to supervise or check the work of the contractor on daily basis that they are going to build that project or construct that project according to the design and according to the specifications, book of specifications, according to the maintaining the quality standards. Okay, so they are building the project according to the contract. Okay. So these supervision consultant actually every day they are going to check the concrete, okay, quality of concrete and reinforcement, detail of reinforcement, number of bars, diameter of bars, everything, they have to check. So a consultant will approve every kind of material on the project. So when we talk later in about contract management, then we will see in detail more. So let's move forward. Now here is this diagram just shows that owner, designer, and constructor, they are going to three parties. They are going to work together. Okay, in harmony. It's always good if they can work in harmony. So the owner, designer, and constructor, three parties, they are going to work together to complete a project. Okay, so it means constructor or builder or contractor will build the project and will or designer or consultant will approve that monthly payments, and then owner will pay the money. So all these parties, the designer or consultant is hired by the owner. Okay. So consultant is going to work on behalf of the owner. Okay. So consultant is going to check all the work on site, but they can communicate with each other. Okay. Usually, so contractor has to satisfy that they are they should follow the consultant, supervision consultant. But so three parties, they have to work together to complete a project. So simple thing. Now we are going to discuss construction technology. Let's see word technology. Technology word, this is from two words. Techno means technical, and logic. Logic means sequence. Okay. So sequence or procedure. So something is done first, another thing is second, and so on. So something like we build a wall. Okay. So first, so we have to keep the sequence. Okay. Sequence like for when we do the scheduling, so we must know the sequence of construction. Okay, we will always build the foundation first, and then the column, and then beam, and then slab. So sequence. Technology is applied to placing of concrete or excavating a tunnel. So technology, we use technology, just like if you are using mobile phone, it means you are using technology. So similarly, if we are using a concrete pump for casting of concrete, so it means we are using technology. Okay? Or we are using tunnel boring machine for excavation of a tunnel for this metro project that you have seen in Riyadh. They have used these TBM, tunnel boring machine. So we use these technology. Okay. So even for small excavations, we use backhoe, excavator. So we are using technology. If we are using any equipment, so it means we are using technology. So let's see as construction management. Construction management, what they say is resource driven. Okay, so it's going to consume resource. Construction need consume a lot of resources like money, material, manpower, machinery. Okay. So now in construction management, we have to deliver a quality facility on time and within budget. Okay. This is our we are doing good project management, good construction management. So we should deliver a project on time and within a budget. Okay, so the project should not be delayed, and project should be completed within the cost, within the signed contract. Because if we delay the project, then cost of the project is going to increase. Okay, so this is if you are a good project manager, it means that try to complete the project on time. Okay, within the given time, what the agreed time. If you delay the time, so then cost of the project, of course, is going to increase. How the resources available to the manager can be best applied, four M's: manpower, machines, material, and money. Okay. So how now resources available to a project manager, so how they are going to utilize those resources in a good way. Okay, that all that money, manpower, machine, material, they should be using in a good way, in an efficient way, and they should not be wastage, too much wastage. So because if you are going to waste material or misuse of machines, machines, construction equipments are idle, they are not working, have been utilized properly, and similarly with the labor force, manpower. Uh, uh, so it's then the cost will increase. Construction industry, engine that drives the overall economy. Okay? So this is like they say that if you keep continue construction, so then the economy will flourish. If you, because construction, a lot of industries are going to work behind construction. That my teacher was used to say that if you build a high-rise building, so then maybe around 80 industries are going to work behind, if you construct a high-rise building. So you can imagine how many things you have, like you are building your house. So how many materials you are using? Is you are using sand, you are using cement, and you are concrete, and there is a aggregates or whatever, so you can imagine like how many, if you see the electrical things, cables, switches, boards, and your doors and windows. So you are using wood, or windows, you are using glass. So even in the doors, there is a lock, there is a key, there is a handle. So then lot many small things, you will realize when you see in detail. So if you see how many items in the kitchen, so there is a sink, there is a kitchen cabinets, there is a cooking range, there is a maybe refrigerator, or so how many things in your drawing room, or on your living room, or in your bedroom. So there is you can imagine, that you have bed, almara, and some side table, and even in the classroom, you can imagine, how many things you have: chairs, you have this computer, podium, projector. Like how many industries are going to work behind, and even in the your washroom, wash basin, toilets, okay, WC, a lot of things, industry. So it's construction industry is the engine that is going to drive the overall economy. If you keep on construction going on, it means all the industries behind, they will be working, and people will be, engineers will be getting the job, and labor force will be getting the job. Okay? So job opportunities will be there if you keep construction on. Now next they are here they are going to put a structure of the construction industry. Okay, structure of the construction industry, they have divided in four ways. So let's see, we can start heavy engineering construction. Okay, so they did survey in USA, and based on that survey, they say it's heavy engineering construction in US is 20 to 25%, and then building construction is 35 to 40%, and residential construction is going to count 30 to 35%, and industrial construction is 5 to 10%. So you see, they have divided, like heavy engineering construction. It include construction of dams, okay, tunnels, the bridges, highways, airports. So I hope everybody understand these structure. Urban transit system, okay, like the metro. There is a ports, seaport, okay, port, seaport, like and there is Jeddah is a seaport, and Dammam is also a seaport. So there is a heavy engineering pipelines. Okay, pipeline, oil pipeline, gas pipeline, or there is water supply pipeline. Okay, so now there is water is coming from Jubail to Riaz. Okay, so it's water supply pipelines, water treatment plant. Okay, water treatment plant, communication networks. Okay, like in STC, this communication network for telephone and for internet. Okay. So this is all the kind of projects they categorize is included in heavy engineering construction. Okay. So when come to the like industrial construction, so they have petrochemical refineries, petrochemical plants, synthetic fuel plants, nuclear power plants, steel mill, heavy manufacturing plant. So they are industrial construction, and it's like the refineries, the nuclear power plant, or petrochemical plant, synthetic fuel plant, so steel mill, heavy manufacturing plant, large manufacturing plant. So they are all industrial construction. Then come to the building construction. So building construction 35 to 40%. So construction of all primary schools, high school, all kinds of schools. Okay, construction of all kinds of universities, hospitals, commercial office towers. Okay, so office towers like these where high-rise building, office building. Okay, towers, and storage warehouses, a light manufacturing plant, okay, small manufacturing plant. There is theaters, like theaters. Saudi Arabia also they are going to have theaters like that, the cinema. Okay. Government buildings, okay, government buildings, government offices buildings for different departments. So there is a commercial malls, okay, commercial malls like Riyadh Gallery or Al Nakhil Mall or Riyadh Mall. So these are commercial malls, okay, shopping malls. Recreation centers like they have fitness time, body master. So these kind of where you can go for doing exercise or for playing or fitness time. It's a very good example in recreation centers. Then we have residential construction at 30 to 35%. So it includes single family homes. Okay? Like single family home means individual houses that you build for yourself, family homes. And then multi-unit townhouses. Multi-unit townhouses. So this is a concept like a compound, you are familiar. But in outside world, they usually build one big area, and they have some boundary and gate. So a whole townhouse is monitored. They can use like each townhouse has some recreation center, okay, swimming pool, and things like this. Okay. So multi-unit townhouses, okay, like the compound, high-rise apartments and condominiums. Okay, high-rise apartments. That apartment. When you say apartment, so it means you are going to get those apartments on rent basis. Okay. So the condominium also like a high-rise apartment, but in condominium they transfer the ownership. When they start building, so they ask people who want to buy these apartments. So they transfer the ownership to the people. So these are also like residential construction. So they have divided construction industry in four branches: heavy engineering construction, building construction, residential construction, industrial construction. Okay. So based on that survey, they put these percentages, okay, 20 to 25% in USA. Because survey was done, they have distributed the questionnaire and the responses. So how much based on that, these percentages, 35 to 40% is building construction. Okay. Residential construction 35%, industrial construction is 5 to 10%, heavy engineering construction vary from 20 to 25%. So we are heading towards the end of our class. So this in this slide, they are going to show the management level of construction. Okay. Management level of construction. This is the article level. Okay. So it's like focus on project attributes and physical components item. Okay, so lower level is a focus on field action and technological processes. So when management level, like if we are talking about at organizational level, so organizational level, we are talking about like you are the owner of the company. Okay, think about that you are the owner of the company. So it means you will be, your focus will be that as the owners, you have the head office, you have the field office, there you have the projects. Okay, you have the headquarter of the company, maybe in Riyadh, or then you have the different projects. One project is in, in Medina Al Munawwara, and the project in Jeddah, or other project is Dammam, and other project, and couple of projects in Riyadh, or maybe some other areas, Abha or other. Okay. So you have a different. So there is a headquarter of the company, like a head office, and there is a field office where we have the projects. Okay. Now portfolio of projects means that some projects in the company will be maybe some project is 20% complete, another project is 40% complete, another project in your company is you have completed it 80%. Okay, so there is another project you are just going to get. Okay, so all these projects went together. Some projects are small, okay, by cost wise, small, some projects are big. Okay, so all those projects in the company, it will make the portfolio of the company. So now, as a head of the company, so you are like how many projects you have in hand. Okay, how much is the total cost? Okay, how much is the duration of each project? Okay, how much is their cash flows? Okay, how much money coming in for the company and how much you are going to pay? Okay, how much percentage of those projects? This project is 80% complete. Another project is just going to start. Okay. So this is like as you are thinking about at the organizational level. Now come to the project level. Okay, project level. So it means so a company have many projects, maybe 30, 40 projects. So take just one project from the company. So when you are thinking about the projects, it means you are focusing on the definition of the project. Okay, when it's going to start, when it's going to finish. Okay, what resources we need for this project. And what is the contract? What are the drawings for this project? What is the book of specification for this project? What we have to follow to construct this project? Okay. So then you are going to see the breakdown of the activities. Okay, so within that project, like what is the cost of this project? How much time? And how many resources we need to build this project, how many equipment we need, how much manpower we need, how much material we need. So your focus is at that project level. Now, from the project level, we come down to the activity. Okay, so now activity means amount of work that can be recognized. Okay. So like on construction project, there is we can say that plastering is one activity. Okay, making brickwork another activity. Okay, so flooring flooring for the room is another activity. Okay, so like fixing of doors is another activity. Okay, fall ceiling is another activity. Okay. So there is electrical work, another activity. Okay, mechanical work is another activity. Okay. So this we can divide the activities. Okay. So when we now talk about the activity, since now we are talking about the activity. So what we are concerned that how much is the cost of this activity? Okay, how much time is required to complete this activity? Okay, how much resources we need to complete this activity. Okay, how much money we need, how much material we need, how much manpower or labor force we need, or how many equipment we need to complete this activity. Okay, so what is the status of this activity means that how much is the percentage of this activity is 20% complete or 30% complete, so or 80% complete. So this is our focus when we talk about the activity. Now come to the field action or processes. So here when we talk about operations, it means we need to know the construction method, how we are going to build this project. Okay, how we are going to build this project. So what are the items that we make a list of items, like we need this much money, we need this much material, and we need so many uh, people, skilled people, unskilled people, manpower, or we need so much materials. So it means in the operation is we are going to learn about the construction method, how we are going to build it. So it means in this process we are going to learn interaction between people, machinery, manpower, and materials. So how we are going to connect all these things so that they can operate and produce the project. Okay. So now coming from the operation process. Okay. So process again is the focus at the work task. Okay. So how in the process we need, okay, how many individuals we need, how many trades we need. Say for example, we need a plumber, we need a mason, we need a electrician. Okay. So mm, what trades, okay, and what will be their sequence. Okay, the collection of work tasks, so that process should complete, and then we can have uh, we can build that project. Okay. So it's so this there is always a difference between project and operation. Operation is something like a continuous process, okay, continuous process, and but project is like unique. There is starting point, end point. Okay, so it's project is going to finish, okay? But process they are operation, they are continuous. So last point is work task. Okay? In the work task, what we focuses on the, okay, this is our task and how many people we need. Okay, so we are talking about the crew, labor crews. Okay, so this is like the construction crew. This is a steel fixer. The people who are going to fix the reinforcement are people who are going to cast the concrete. Okay. So this is like a carpenter crew who is dealing with the woodwork. So it's we are going to have like how we are going to complete field action. Okay. So focuses on the work task and the crew members. Okay, so we need in this crew we need so many labor, and we need a supervisor or foreman. We need a plumber. So it's in the work task we are going to give assignment to the labor. Okay, and this is your assignment. That you have to complete this one. Okay, so it's we are in the lowest level. Okay, the lowest level that where labor force is going to work. Okay, so guys, with this we have finished this chapter, basic concept related to this one. So okay, so thank you very much.